Good morning, Cancer. Welcome to my channel. My name is Abby. I'm the Oddest Oracle, and I'm here to do a reading for you today. I had some messages come through in meditation with your energy. It was interesting. So I went on this whole exploration of Cancer, of Cancer energy in and of itself, its relation to the maternal, its relationship to the home. But I was really focused on the totem of the crab, because I thought, well, this energy is moving so fast. And I guess I don't really consider Cancer to be a super fast movement, which is not to say that I find you to be slow. I'm not like, oh, it's like Taurus, where it's kind of a build of momentum and then kind of this roll downhill. It's not like that. But I started picturing crabs. I looked up some videos to even look at them, and they do this really interesting thing where when they're ready to move towards something, there's this burst of energy of like skitter, skitter, skitter. And then it looks like they kind of even out into a pace. And I feel like something like that is happening for you right now. Wherever you have Cancer in your chart, I do believe there's a message for you in this reading. And I do believe we all have all energies. We all have a moon placement. We all have a fourth house, even if it's not specifically in Cancer. So I hope you'll stay, because like I said, I do believe there's a message for you in here. So we're going to do a spread that is related to the moon to see what's going on. We have a new moon coming up, a full moon coming up in Gemini. The new moon in Sagittarius will be on the 19th of December, but the new moon in Gemini is coming up. So maybe, good. I cannot get this straight this month. I don't know what that is about. The full moon in Gemini energy may have something for you. So I'm just shuffling the cards a little bit. Let's get through some business. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Anything that happens during the reading is part of the reading. There's no sense in getting activated by a tarot reader on YouTube. So if I'm not your reader, you should definitely go. And there are so many that will ring true for you. We're going to get some charms out to kick this message off. So these charms can be something that lets you know there's a message for you specifically in here. They could be synchronicities that you kind of assign to this reading to think about and remember later. Or they may just be like little winks from the universe, okay? We don't have a lot today. That's interesting. We have a heart. We have a wing. This wing has been coming out so much lately. We have a pair of big sunglasses or big glasses. We have a dragon. Ooh. Tree of life. A peace sign. The word love. And an owl. Owls came out during Scorpio's reading yesterday, so maybe if Scorpio energy feels synchronistic to you. I also felt guided to pull out this piece of like raw amethyst here. I know that that's not technically Cancer stone, but it felt like the way that this is set up is what belongs to you today, Cancer, okay? So we've got our charms out, and now I'm going to go ahead and lay out 5 cards. We're going to lay them out face down and go through them together. So we have, this will be what part of the, good grief. This is what gives you strength. This is what you need to grow. This is the challenge for growing that. This is the support for growing that. This is the power that you're keeping in the shadow. And this is the way that you can move forward. And then we have this right here for what you don't see coming. Okay, so the strength that the moon gives you is the Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse, dream, reality. The moon is helping you ground yourself in reality, which is interesting because typically the moon is seen as something confusing or subconscious, or that we can only see really when it's dark. So Cancer, you can see in the dark, like metaphorically, which is beautiful. I mean, that's incredible. It also will really freak people out. I'm going to clarify this. Temperance or moderation. The number 15 may mean something to you. Also the number 67 might mean something to you. Um, so moderating these dreams and emotions during this full moon is going to be your strength. Interesting. Do we need anything else for this part, Spirit? Strength. Empowerment. Okay. All right. We're on the right page, Cancer. I love it. I love to see it. All right. What do you need to grow? Like what power or what strength or skill do you need to grow? For that, we have the Four of Pentacles, restriction. Okay. The number 69, if that's a synchronicity for you. Your challenge in this restriction is discernment, which is the Judgment card. And your support is Ten of Cups in reverse, which I have as passion here. So maybe detaching from the situation a little bit is going to make a difference in how you pull back. This is very interesting, Cancer. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. We know that the archetype of Cancer, again, regardless of where you have Cancer in your birth chart, can be one of overgiving, especially when it's complex or more shadowed, not as integrated as maybe we'd like, or you're not there yet, right? And so it's funny to have what do you need to grow in this position, and it's actually saying no, you need to restrict, you need to. So when we picture the Four of Pentacles in the Rider Waite, right, we have that guy like he's like sitting on a pentacle, he's holding tightly to all of his pentacles, and this is saying that's what you need to do. You need to hold tight to yourself. And I will say, outside of even the readings that I do for this channel, in some of my personal readings, this message has come through a lot. I would suspect that it has something to do with the holidays, and like the commercialism of American holidays around this time of year. And like, we don't need to be overgiving. That is not the point. That I mean, it may be for some people, but in this reading, and in my personal experience, that's not the point. And so there's something here about restricting specifically your money, holding a little bit tighter, holding things a little bit close to the chest. Okay, I'm hearing close to the vest. I can't do this right now. I can't have that argument right now. It's hold it close to yourself, to whatever article of clothing you're wearing, or whatever part of your body you feel like holding it close to. Your challenge is going to be the discernment to know when it is time to give and when it is time to hold back. And I will definitely be getting clarifiers to find out maybe what area of life this is in, if it's not too specific for each of you. And then your support is detachment, is some amount of emotional detachment from whatever situation you're being called to use discernment in, okay? Your shadowed power. I was thinking about this yesterday, actually, in your meditation, so I'm glad this has come through. It's like your golden shadow. I've been reading, I've heard some people talk about that. I don't have an opinion on it, but it is the phrase that's coming to mind to describe the idea of, there's a lot of talk about shadow work for like the bad parts of you, which don't get me started on bad and good parts. This is not a binary, but the parts of you that complicate your life or make your life more difficult. And there's, especially for lots of people, there's also like what people will call a golden shadow, right? The idea that not only do we put away things in our subconscious and put away things, I call it your for now room, like in the back of your head. It's your for now room. I'll put this back there for now. I can't deal with this, so it goes back there for now. We also put things that make us beautiful and magical back there, because our light can often offend people. There's something there about offense and defense. Our light can sometimes offend people, especially people who flinch. But I think it's interesting too, Cancer, that you can see in the dark, which came up over here. That music was loud. All right. So your shadowed power, your golden shadow, whatever you want to call it, the part of you that you've put away that's actually really useful for you right now, is the Fool. A new adventure, Cancer. An opportunity to do something different, to take a leap of faith, to trust yourself, trust your gut instinct. You can't see over the cliff, but you know something is down there for you. And all you have to do, you have to jump, okay? So the part that you've put away is the adventurous part of you. The part that wants to see new things, that seeks novelty and have new experiences or learn new things. I'm going to clarify that because I want to learn more. Tell me more about this Fool for Cancer's shadowed power, for their golden shadow, Spirit. You're planning things. This is really the archetype of somebody who feels so unsafe all the time that they're like in the space of being controlling. It's like I have to hold on to these things, which is interesting because you can take that exact power that you've got that keeps you from enjoying your life, from experiencing new possibilities, and put it into that same controlling part of you and put it into restricting, controlling what we give out to other people so that you yourself can have new experiences, can have a new adventure. Enlightenment, the sun. Oh my gosh, Cancer. Well, get that out of the shadow. What are we doing? What are we doing? And the Knight of Wands, some action. Okay, well, this is, that settles it. Cancer. We have to stop. Oh, giving your emotional and intellectual cookies away to everybody. Save some for yourself, okay? This is really important. Can I get one more card, Spirit? I really want to know, what are we doing, Cancer? Like, I almost feel like I want to cry right now. Determination. Oh, Cancer. These are beautiful, beautiful parts of you, and they don't belong put away in a dark room, even though you can see in the dark, right? You can see in the dark, but other people can't. And no, this isn't about doing something for other people. It's about doing it for yourself. Ooh, on the metaphor of being able to see in the dark. If you spend too long in the dark, your eyes will adjust. I'm picturing that movie, The Descent. That's an older horror movie. Awful. Whatever. If that's your thing, maybe watch it. But the idea is like these beings have lived down in these caves for so long that their eyes have like turned milky white. And they're like driven mad with that. So just because you can see in the dark doesn't mean you should spend all your time there. You have to come out. You have to, experience new possibilities and new enlightenment, some action and determination. There's really like I want to say breaking out of the shell, but maybe because you're Cancer, you're the crab. I don't know if this is true for crabs. I know it's true for like hermit crabs. Maybe you need a bigger shell. Maybe you need to make some room for a new experience, or for a new possibility, and to learn something new. Okay, and the way for you to shine. Secrecy. Interesting, Cancer. You can see in the dark. There's a cloaking. Tell me more about this, Spirit. Oh, and then before we do that, what you don't see coming is some tension, and we're definitely going to get into that. 13:03 on my clock. I just felt drawn to look at that. Tell me more about the secret for how Cancer can shine. Is it to stay cloaked? Or is it different for everybody? Give me some energy. Am I allowed to know about the way for Cancer to shine? One more, and if not, we'll just assume that's your business, okay? Thank you. King of Pentacles. Okay. What's this one? Well, how do we do that? How do we do that? Grace. Okay. Well, you do need to come out of your shell. And I feel like I'm supposed to encourage you to do that. And you need to give yourself grace. There's, I don't know what you're being so hard on yourself about, Cancer. Actually, Spirit, can you tell me what is Cancer being so hard on themselves about? And I just changed the way I was shuffling. It just felt right. So, I don't know. Maybe that's a sign for somebody. It's weird. Tell me more about this for Cancer, please. Wheel of Fortune. Fate. Well, Wheel of Fortune's in the upright. Something is changing for you, Cancer. I mean, kind of obviously, but the way that you're moving in this world is shifting, and I think that's a really good thing. I think it's like I was talking about at the beginning of like a spurt of movement here with this Fool and this, like, this power that you have that's put away and cloaked inside of you. And you're changing the way that you move by restricting what you like, what you're giving away, right? If you give it out, you don't have it back, or like you don't have it at your disposal to use. But the Wheel of Fortune is coming in, and this is like a bit of a fated, destined thing. It's a little bit out of your control, and it looks like it's in your favor. So can you tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune, Spirit? Is there something we need to know about that, or do we move on to the what you don't see coming? One more shuffle, and then we'll move on if I don't get anything. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Beautiful, Cancer. Okay. This is pretty amazing. I mean, I definitely, we're going to get into this tension because I do think that there's a bit of a, I don't want to say a block, because I think this is going to feel more, it's going to feel bigger for you. No, I don't want to be dismissive. That's not my goal here. It's like, this is going to feel very big, and that is important. I think this tension, but like Spirit has got you. Your higher self has your back. They're not afraid of what's going on, and you're being cloaked. This, like, having this secrecy card at the top is giving like it's holding all of this nice and tight and secure for you as you work on these parts over here. You're growing, the challenge of growing with this discernment, like changing this way that you think, this way that you operate in the world. You're discovering this shadowed power, this golden shadow, right? This part of you that is hidden away, but super valuable, and definitely something for you to wield at this time in history, I'm hearing. And the way for you to do this is to remain cloaked, allow encouragement, give yourself grace and balance, ask for help when you need it, and then let fate come in and sow your seed. Help you sow your seed. All right, let's get into this, what you don't see coming. The Spirit, tell me about this Two of Pentacles, this tension. Maybe a choice between two, maybe something you're going to drop or let go of, or maybe something you're going to, I'm picturing two, like, balls, like two, like, I don't know, like dodgeballs, but with a really big rubber band around them, like holding them together. That's weird. That's an interesting imagery. Maybe you love dodgeball, which is cool. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Did I just make a dodgeball? Okay, the tension is going to be to allow this transformation to come in. With a little bit of a defensive intermission. Okay, and then a truth, or not necessarily a truth, but some type of really clear communication, maybe even ice cold. Okay, so tell me, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm feeling guided to change decks. Can you tell me what Cancer doesn't see coming is this tension and this transformation, defensive intermission, communication. Tell me about this, Spirit. What are we missing here? What you don't see coming, which now you're going to see it coming. So is it really something you don't see coming? Look, we have the Seven of Pentacles again. Oh no. Interesting. I'm hearing don't look back. Just like, give me another one, Spirit. Ten of Wands in reverse. You don't have to do anything. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Wands in reverse. This is not your burden. Well, I mean, okay, let's be very clear. In a sense it is. This is your... Oh, is it? Is this tension and this death card even for Cancer? Is this for someone near them? It's for someone near you. Okay. That's why this is so hard. That's why this is so hard. Because you want to help them. But this is not for you to do. You can't help this person. And not like you're incapable, but like if you do, you are stealing their lesson from them. You cannot save this person. Spirit, tell me more about this person that we're talking about for Cancer. Tell me more about this situation. Two of Pentacles. Tension, tension, tension. Look, I was picturing dodgeballs, but interesting. I really didn't think about that. Okay, well, is this person, is this person in a position of authority over Cancer? Yes. Okay, I see what's happening. Or you feel like they're in a position of authority, or a hierarchical position above you. So when I say that, I mean it could be a boss, an older sibling, a parent, a spouse, somebody you view or you have pedestaled yourself, and they're going to come off that pedestal, and it's going to be painful to watch. And you always have free will, you always have a choice, but I think Spirit is, if you do, there goes your possibility. There goes, oh, I have like whole chills. And it's not the weather because I got the heater going out here. So, that hit me. Okay, so if Cancer cannot actively do anything in this situation, as this person near them has an ego death or struggles, then what should they do? Because you're going to have to take the energy. Oh, well, we already kind of covered that, right? Over here, we're talking about, do not give them your intellectual and emotional cookies. First of all, I'm hearing throwing it into the void. When we are talking about a transformation, this death card, right? This ending, new beginning, transformation, we're talking about a metaphorical void. And picture a black hole, okay? Because destruction and creation happen in the same space. If you, this is a weird metaphor, if you start throwing your intellectual and emotional cookies into this void, it's like a bottomless well. It's like a bottomless pit of need. You won't get them back. This person is not going to be able to reciprocate that to you, which we also have the, no, I thought we had the Six of Pentacles over here. Oh, we have, interesting. Six of Pentacles is over here. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, if you do that, you're not going to get them back. This person can't really give them to you. And for all my, how do I put this? For all of my put upon people out here, and I say that because I was once one and still sometimes can be. Cancer is my South Node and my Chiron. So I'm telling you what I know to be true. You can help this person. You have free will. You have the ability to use your free will how you want. But it is like a covert contract to assist a person during their transformation with the expectation of receiving something in return. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Think about the transformation, the death card. It's like, would you ask a baby or a child to meet your needs? Because when people, which I think you know, Cancer, I think this is something you've done before. When people come out of that dark night of the soul, or come out of that shift, that transformation, they're like a baby deer walking around. And to expect something from this person in that time is to set your own self up for failure, and to set the relationship between you and this person up for, excuse me, resentment. Okay? So, what do we do, Spirit? What do we do? Restrict. Four of Pentacles again. This card right here. Hold on to your lug nuts. Jeez. Hold on to your lug nuts. It's time for an overhaul. Yes, that is a quote from The Mask. And maybe there's some masking here. Is there some masking here, Spirit? Yes. Do you think, I just saw the Tower card in reverse. Do you think that you can talk this person out of the path that they're going on. Because, Cancer, could anybody have talked you out of the path that you were going on? Can I even talk you out of the path of trying to save somebody from their own consequences, from their own journey and their own growth? Because not only would you be, it's like, I don't want to say it's a waste, because I do feel like there is an amount of like love that's involved there. But, and it's not, I mean, when we help people, we don't want to just help people because we get something back. But I think that's the point, is like there is something to, especially in this reading, discernment about where you are putting your energy. If you are asked for help, that's different than like trying to grab somebody by their collar and be like, I'm helping you, can't you see? Let me help you. So tell me, Spirit, is this person going to ask for help? How is this person going to, what's the dynamic between this person and Cancer? King of Pentacles. This could be a part of yourself, Cancer, which is an interesting dynamic when we're talking about not saving somebody from themselves. Cancer, what do you have going on? Do you feel like you're mirroring this person? This person feels very close to you. It moved fast. And you thought you were building. But you're not even friends. Feels too like you don't even have a heartbreak to lean on. Right? Because it's something like it just nothing happened. Like, I see the train coming. I can't make everybody move. I see it happening. I gotta go. Did I do the right thing? If this is in the past for you, Cancer, I do think you did the right thing. Somebody gave me advice once, and it was a very long time ago. I was a very different person, and they used to tell me sometimes you really do have to let people struggle, and it made me so angry. And part of the reason it made me angry is because I felt like everybody was always letting me struggle, and I didn't want other people to feel isolated. That plane is that helicopter is so loud. We're gonna let it pass. What is happening? Confirmation? Sir, I'm so sorry about that. That was quite literally a military helicopter. I don't know what just happened. That was crazy. Flew right over me. It shook the windows on my house. Maybe they're coming for me. Anyway, I'm kidding. Relax but focus. So, I was talking about how we're trying to, so there's something there about, I was telling a story about how I used to struggle with letting people struggle because I felt like I always had to struggle. And so, like, why would I want to ever do that to why would I want somebody else to suffer the way that I did? For me, my lesson was learning that, like, I can do it myself. Like, it was the lesson of, like, nobody's coming to save you in a certain kind of way, in an internal way. Like, you cannot be saved from yourself. And so therefore you cannot save somebody else from themselves. And I feel like that's what's happening here. This isn't like your friend needs $40 for gas and you have it and you're able to, and you're like, no, this isn't like that. Although you're perfectly within your own rights to do it that way if that were the situation. This situation that I'm talking about within this reading is you can't save somebody from themselves. And Cancer, I really need you to rely on your discernment, your judgment, and your ability to recognize that even though you are nurturing and compassionate, you cannot always be considerate and involved. So I'm going to get out a couple of message cards and then we're going to wrap this up. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for letting me read your energy. I hope that you found some solace or encouragement or confirmation. Maybe you really like to hear helicopters on a YouTube reading, because I know I don't. All right, focus. All right, Spirit, we're going to get a message for each pile for Cancer today. I definitely want to see what we can give them for encouragement, okay? All right. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, strength. Strength. If you have to burn your whole world down to heal, strike every match. Oof. What you need to grow. Respect tastes better than attention. Cancer. Your golden shadow. I can and should trust my body. The way that you can shine. No longer your personal tragedy. Advice. I am not just a reflection of my difficult experiences. And one more for this person over here. My sacrifices are meaningful. All right, Cancer. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.